Hi, my name is Coralie Wood, and I'm the Head of Digital Marketing for Education Sector Clients at Snaptech Marketing. Today we'll be talking about audience targeting for education institutions. Now, depending on the type of program you're offering, the student that you have in your classroom may be very different to the final decision maker you're trying to reach with your advertising. Today we'll be looking at the different audience targeting options available and how you can tailor your marketing message to reach the right person at the right time.
So we'll start by looking at Facebook, and what we'll do is take a look at some of the basic targeting options that are available, and then when we've gone through that, we'll have a look at how we can make sure we're targeting the right people with the right message at the right time. So just to start with some of the basics, you can see here that the first thing you want to do is set your location targeting. So just for now, I've selected Canada and the United States, but one of the key things you'll want to look at is how Facebook breaks down that targeting. So you can see if you click here, it is defaulted to everyone in this location. But then you have the options of people who live in this location, people recently in this location, and people traveling in this location. Now, chances are you're going to want to choose people who live in this location, so make sure you select that right before you go any further into your targeting. The next things to select are age and gender. So age could be pretty simple if you have one specific audience that you want to target. But if you're looking to maybe reach younger students and maybe parents, this might be an area where you want to split your ad sets up, again, so you can make sure you're serving the right message at the right time. If you select all on gender, Facebook will automatically show your ads in sort of a 50-50 split depending on who is interacting with the ads most. If you do specifically want to go after, say, 75% men and only 25% women, we would recommend that you use different ad sets so you can reallocate your budget accordingly. Now, when looking at languages, the key thing to remember here is the areas that you're actually targeting and the language that you're serving the ads in. For example, if you were going to be targeting Spain, you may want to show one set of ads in Spanish language and then another set in the English language too for users that may be using Facebook in English. So that's definitely something to consider when filling out that option. Now, the crucial part here is the detailed targeting section, and this is where you're going to find a wealth of options that will really help you refine your audience. So let's look at some of the key ways that we normally refine our targeting for the education industry. So first thing we're going to look at is actually the initial education level. So if you're marketing something like a master's program, chances are that you'll be trying to bring in students that already have a degree in a certain area. So what we can actually do is choose their education level from this list, and then we can even narrow that by their field of study as well. You also have the options in education level to target high school graduates. So if you're trying to bring people into your college or into the first year of university, this could be a good option to go for as well. Another way that you can look at refining your ads is actually to look at the financial status of people on Facebook. If you're offering a program that you know is more likely going to be taken by people with a higher affluence level, you can actually refine it by income here. This could be something that restricts your targeting quite a lot, but it may help you bring in more qualified users. And finally, if you're not actually targeting the student, but you're actually going after the parents who might be sending students to that school, maybe it's actually a preschool that you're advertising. It's obviously going to be a parent making the decision there. And the great thing is we can actually choose not just only all parents, but we can actually see parents who have preschoolers or new parents with children aged 0 to 12 months. And you can actually even go as far as just targeting mothers as well. So next up, we're going to have a look at how you can use remarketing to make sure you're serving the right message to the right person. And again, the crucial thing that we'll be looking at here is, are you targeting students who would actually take the course or the program you're offering, or are you targeting a parent or even another decision maker that would actually sign that person up for the program? Just to keep things simple, we're going to assume that we're talking about a parent and a child situation here. So in analytics, we can go to the audience tab and we can create new audiences to make sure we're reaching the right people with the right messaging. Now, if I go to create a new remarketing list, one of the first things I can do to try and segment this down by parents and students is actually just do it based on the different campaigns we've been running. So if we've used a Facebook campaign and one campaign has been very specifically set to target students and one has been set to target parents and we've named them as such, we can actually go to traffic sources and campaign and we can add the name of our campaign and then just build a list based on people that came from that one specific campaign area. So for example, if we have a parents campaign, I could type parents in there if that's what we've called it and create a list, and then we have a list of people that visited via our Facebook parents campaign, and we can do the same for students too. If you haven't been setting up separate campaigns, one of the things you can do to try and segment your parents from your students is to actually just break it down by the age demographics here. Chances are, if the user is aged between 18 to 24, they're going to be the student. And if they're aged over 35 or even maybe 45, depending on the age range of the student you're trying to bring into the program, that's probably going to be where you're going to find most of the parents that are looking at the program. So we could create a remarketing list of just 18 to 24-year-olds, and then we could create one of just 45-year-olds and over. And then that would help us build a list where we could serve different messages to different people. So the final thing we're going to look at is the AdWords demographics here. So if you're running a campaign and your aim is to try and bring in people aged 18 to 25 to sign up for your program, and you can see that you're getting a lot of impressions from people aged 35 and over, you could actually look just to exclude these users, and that will make sure more of your budget is going into the areas where you know you're likely to get the right students from. You can also do the same thing with gender here. If you're looking to get a 50-50 split and you're finding that you're getting much more women than men, you can maybe look at reducing your bid on females here and increasing the bid on males just to try and get the 50-50 split that you're looking for. Also, if you're looking for an 80-20 split, a 70-30, you can again adjust your bids to try and get the right people into your program. Finally, here we just have the household income. Now, you would have seen that in Facebook it was much more specific, actually giving us a dollar amount. Unfortunately, in AdWords, they don't like to be as specific as that. So you can see we just have the options of top 10%, 11 to 20%, and 21 to 30%, and so on. So if you know that you want to bring in more affluent people, you can maybe have a look at just targeting the top 3 and maybe exclude lower income levels here, or vice versa if it's appropriate for your program. As well as using remarketing to reach people who visited the website when they're just browsing the internet, you can actually use remarketing to reach these people when they're actively searching again. And then you can apply bid adjustments to bring more people back into the website. We know that when people return to a site for a second or third time, they're actually more likely to convert. So this gives you a really good way of ensuring those users are coming back to you and they're considering your program or course above anyone else. So at the ad group level on each campaign, what we can actually do is set an audience. So we can say if this person has visited the website before, apply a bid adjustment of plus 30% or whatever is appropriate for you, and that will automatically increase the bid to give you a better chance of bringing that person back into your program. We can also use remarketing for search to target broader keywords that we originally wouldn't be able to bid on because they don't have a good enough user intent. For example, if you're marketing a school for marketing and advertising, you're probably bidding on keywords such as marketing school or advertising school. And you wouldn't want to bid on things just such as marketing or advertising because that's far too broad. But if someone has already come to your website via the term marketing school, you know that they're probably actually interested in getting an education in this area. So you can then put those people into a remarketing list, and then you can apply that remarketing list to a broad term and only show the ads on those broader terms if somebody's actually already visited your website. And this can be a great way to expand your reach and make sure you're bringing as many people back to your site as possible. So the final thing we can do in AdWords to differentiate between potential students and their parents is use the if function in ads. So the way this works is we can say, if somebody is part of this audience, and here we can choose parents, for example, if we have a list of people that we know have visited the site via a parents campaign, or we've defined them as parents based on their age range, then we can say, show this person the text, send your child to ABC school. But if we know that most of the time our ads have been triggered by potential students, and that's really who we're aiming at, then we can say, show the text, study at ABC school. And what this means is that whether our ad is triggered by a parent or a potential student, they're going to get the message that's most relevant to them.
So as you can see, there's a wealth of different audience targeting options available. If you'd like help to see how you can boost your digital marketing efforts, please leave us a comment below. Thanks for watching.